On behalf of our Director General, Mr. Peter Farrell, I wish to extend to you all a very warm welcome to the second meeting of the Environment and Climate Change Technical Advisory Committee meeting here at the Tanoa International Hotel. Let me first express our sincere appreciation to you all for accepting our invitation to this meeting. Our profound appreciation and gratitude is also extended to our host, the government of the Republic of Fiji. As you will be undoubtedly aware, the ECCTAC was established through a mandate of the Environment and Climate Change Ministers meeting in January last year, and endorsed subsequently by the Foreign Ministers meeting and leaders at the special MSG Leaders Summit in March of last year. Climate change is emerging as a vital issue for our Melanesian communities. Our countries are vulnerable to climate change, and we must therefore ensure that it is given prominence in our development policies and strategies. It is a cross-sectoral issue, and as it will impact on the livelihoods of our communities and our biodiversity and ecosystems. The ECCTAC therefore plays an important role in providing technical advice on issues surrounding climate change and environment through the Environment and Climate Change Ministers and leaders. At the July meeting of ECCTAC in 2012, this committee discussed the terms of reference which outlined the roles and responsibilities, membership, meeting, and reporting structure of the committee. A key component of what will be discussed in this meeting today is the progress on the formulation of key commitments under the Leaders' Declaration on Environment and Climate Change, which our leaders signed in March last year. It is anticipated that this meeting will provide the framework and principles of the key commitments in the declaration, namely the MSG Green Growth Framework, the Melanesia Blue Carbon Initiative, the Melanesia Terrestrial Commitment, and the MSG Green Climate Fund. A key issue included by the committee at the July meeting last year was the issue of climate change adaptation and mitigation. This will also be discussed in your meeting in the next 2 days. I would like to encourage members to take a holistic approach towards this to ensure coherence in the future planning, formulation, and implementation of environment and climate change policies and programs, not only at the MSG regional level, but more importantly at the national and community level. While we hope to set our own regional framework at this meeting, we all know that implementation will take place at the national level, and it is necessary that your national issues are reflected in the MSG framework. Finally, for the Secretariat to remain effective in its role in providing policy advice, I wish to inform the meeting that we have commenced with the recruitment of an Environment and Climate Change Officer position under the assistance of GIZ SPC. The officer will be responsible for coordinating all environment and climate change issues of our membership under the Environment and Climate Change Unit established by our Environment and Climate Change Ministers and our MSG leaders. Let me conclude by congratulating members who are already undertaking proactive approach in addressing the issues of environment and climate change adaptation and mitigation strategies in the context of your development processes. I believe there is now an opportunity to undertake a regional strategy to guide the progress of MSG towards a green growth. There are numerous initiatives that are being undertaken at various regional and international levels. I believe that this is an opportune time for MSG members to come together to tackle the challenges of environment and climate change and formulate a consistent and coordinated approach to addressing them, now relevant to our domestic situations and will yield results in the longer term. The next 2 days will provide you the opportunity to share your experiences on environment and climate change initiatives. We are also fortunate to have available the technical expertise of our colleagues from our regional partner organizations to provide advice and technical support during the course of your deliberations. My profound gratitude and appreciation is extended to our regional partner organizations, the International Union of Conservation of Nature, the Secretariat of the Pacific Community, the Secretariat of the Pacific Environment Program, GIZ, UNESCAP, USP, and the CTA, EU, ACP, and other organizations who will be joining us later during the course of your deliberations. Moreover, I also would like to acknowledge the financial assistance of IUCN and GIZ in sponsoring the refreshments for this meeting. I hope that members will be able to contribute candidly on the various agenda items and formulate a set of outcomes that have the ownership of members, are driven by members, and are workable, and will achieve the desired outcomes for our communities. I wish you well in your meeting and look forward to an outcome of your deliberation, which will be ready for presentation to our Ministers of Environment and Climate Change on Friday this week. Thank you very much.